Hi guys, welcome yet to another YouTube video. Now, I was overhearing someone someday and she was saying things like, I do not apologize. I just say I'm sorry and I'm really, really sorry and that's just it. And guess what? What she did was actually very serious, such that she did not apologize effectively. So we're talking about a very interesting topic that says the art of apologizing in marriage or in your relationship. It is very important for you to know how to apologize. And for some people, it is difficult to apologize. And those are the things we're going to talk about in this video today. Welcome once again. I'm Titiola Benson, a certified parent and marriage coach. And like I said, one step, one family, one strategy at a time. We've been doing this for about 4 to 5 years, and you're welcome to join, to subscribe, and like on this channel. Without further ado, let's get right into it. First thing first, why apologizing is important in any given relationship or even marriage. Number one is the fact that it helps to build trust and respect. And what does this mean? Because like they say, there's no how tongue and teeth will not fight. Because there's always bound to be conflict in any given relationship. When we actually apologize, the other person feels respected. The other person, your spouse or partner, feels like, okay, this person respects me enough to take my emotions into account. So they now begin to trust you that, okay, this person cannot treat me anyhow, simply because you are able to actually apologize, which is very, very important. Also, when you apologize, or why it is also important for you to also apologize, is the fact that it helps restore emotional connection. And like I said, in a marriage, in a relationship, it's like an emotional bank. You keep on making investments and withdrawals. So maybe you buy gifts, you surprise birthday, you take care of the kids and the rest of them. You've made enough deposits. Some days will come whereby you make withdrawals. Now, what happens is that because you are able to actually apologize to your spouse, you are able to restore the connection that is ongoing or that is on in your marriage or in your relationship. So it is very crucial for you to understand that apart from building respect and trust, also apologizing makes it easy for you to restore your connection that you actually share with your loved ones. Very, very important. Also, when you also apologize, what happens is the fact that you model healthy relationship status or marriage status to other people, especially first of all your children. They begin to say that, okay, mommy says I'm sorry to daddy, daddy says I'm sorry to mommy. Daddy is not too big, mommy is not too big to say I am sorry. They begin to learn from that angle. Also, even maybe your siblings and people that that are actually around you, they begin to learn that, okay, this person places a high priority on their husband or on their wife. A lot of times when in-laws or people just come in and just walk down or talk down on your spouse, your wife or your husband, is because you as a person first of all have not elevated their position. So this is very, very important. Point number 4 is the fact that it is important for you to actually apologize because it prevents what I call resentment. And this happens a lot on the male gender because you feel that you are the alpha male, you can offend and let go of it. It's not that important. Times are changing, really. Times are changing. So that is a lot of women, they carry a lot of burden for 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, what you said, what you did, and they can't let go. Because you as a man, you don't value apologizing to your wife. You don't value apologizing to your wife. So over a long period of time, maybe 3 or 5 years, they begin to resent you because they are carrying pains that you have not said I'm sorry for. You have just said because I'm the man. Let's just move on. We can't just move on. We can't just move on from that place except you come and say you're really, really sorry. And this even happens sometimes with parents and their children when they don't apologize. So it is important and crucial for you to learn how to apologize. These are the reasons why it's actually very, very important. The second aspect of this video is actually talking about why apologizing is actually difficult in marriage or relationship. Let's just say marriage, pretty much. And the first thing first is actually because of ego or pride. And I can easily say that this is really on the side of the men when they are just being prideful to say, I cannot tell my wife sorry, or I cannot say sorry because I'm a man, I'm the head. I want to inform you as a man that if you are of that philosophy or that mindset, you are actually causing a lot of emotional damage that you are not aware of. to your spouse and to your kids. We'll get to that in point number 4. So a lot of people, sometimes even maybe women, they say, no, I cannot apologize, I cannot say I'm sorry, I'll just rather buy them gifts. Buying them gifts, so just to appease them, is not the same thing as you acknowledging the fact that I have erred, I'm sorry. You can always buy your way out with gifts to your kids or your spouse, but then it doesn't make you a better person. It's better you acknowledge it and then you actually address it. Now, also very important, why people find it difficult to actually say I'm sorry or apologize, is the fact that they are scared of criticism. Now, as point number 1 applies to men, point number 2 actually applies to women, because a lot of time when men apologize, sometimes women begin to rub it off their face, and that was how I did last month, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, so and so dates. I know women can be very, very funny. So pretty much sometimes people find it difficult to actually apologize because they are scared of criticism. Like, you always come back to use that against them, to use that to talk in the future, this and all of that. So that is another reason why people can be scared, of being able to apologize and admit that the fact that they are actually very, very sorry. Now, point number 3 is the fact that a lot of people lack what we call self-awareness. And this is actually in line with point number, which is pride and ego. They lack what we call self-awareness. Self-awareness is coming to a place understanding that if you can be hurt, you can hurt somebody else. Simple. If somebody say you're stupid and that gets to you, when you say tell somebody also that the person is stupid, it can get to them. So pretty much that is what self-awareness simply means. So when you tell your wife that you're stupid, you're this, you're that, understand that if somebody says that, maybe your boss or your colleague or whatsoever say that to you, or maybe a fellow driver that you're driving on the road and say, get out, you sabi drive, all of those things, and it gets to you, that means if you say it to somebody else, it also gets to them. That is self-awareness. So if you don't have self-awareness, you might find it difficult to actually be able to come to a place of apologizing to your spouse or to your children or to other people. And then last but not the least is cultural or family influence, having the mindset, the thinking that men, don't apologize, or we don't apologize. What goes goes. It has happened, it has happened. Let everybody move on. I'm just here to tell you the fact that if you have that opinion, then you are causing a lot of damages to the people that are closest to you, maybe to your colleagues, to your kids, to your spouse, to your siblings, because you are just moving on. You are not apologizing. So don't be of that philosophy or that mindset of, because I'm the firstborn, because I'm the man, because I'm the breadwinner, I cannot apologize. You are better off apologizing than not apologizing. So don't have that family mindset, that thinking that because I'm of this class or this special, or I'm a lady, I can't say I'm sorry. No. You are going to do yourself more harm than good on the long run. And then lastly, how to apologize effectively. I was somewhere and someone was saying something like, I've said I'm sorry now, let's move on. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't actually work that way. You're not apologizing effectively. Now, apologizing effectively takes a number of steps, just few steps. First of all, you need to acknowledge the mistake. Acknowledge the fact that I've actually hurt you. I'm actually in the wrong. Not just I've said I'm sorry now, let's forget about it. People just don't move from a place of pain to a place of peace because you just said I'm sorry instantly. There's a gap of time or of space where they can actually heal. So when you're saying you apologize, you're just saying I've said I'm sorry now, let's move on. No. That is not being effective. First of all, you need to acknowledge the mistake. Acknowledge that you've erred somewhere. That is point number 1. Then secondly, you need to begin to also express genuine remorse. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't perceive it like that. I didn't know it was going to hurt you. That was not my intention. That is point number 2. Express genuine remorse and blaming or giving excuses. I was somewhere one time and the man was saying, it was because of what you said or what you did that made me actually slap you. He was trying to justify the reason for this. Oh, guy, you are wrong. Just say I'm sorry. I will not do that again, or I'm sorry, and go work on your emotions. Stop justifying what is not justifiable. So if you want to actually apologize effectively, don't start making excuses. Don't start going about with the blame game. That is because you did this. That was why I was blown out of proportion. So as much as possible, you don't want to do that. Instead, number four, you want to actually make amends, personal resolutions, and say, okay, I'm going to adjust my ways, make amends moving forward, pretty much. So it is important that we actually understand that when we offend people, especially our spouses, saying I'm sorry now does not mean the next minute you are going to be forgiving. Give them time and space to actually heal. Don't be of the opinion of, I've said I'm sorry and I've said I'm sorry. Let's move past it. If it was you, would it be that easy for you to just move past it? So pretty much, it's important for us to learn how to apologize effectively as couples, because conflict will always arise in marriage and relationship. And like I've said, this is just the art of understanding how to apologize properly. Like I said, it is important. Some people find it difficult, and we've spoken about that. And then you need to apologize effectively. Not just say I'm sorry and not make amends. Not just say I'm sorry and for the person to just forgive you instantaneously. That does not happen. So I hope you found this useful. You can share this with someone that it will be helpful, maybe your spouse or someone you actually know. Also subscribe and then like this video. If you want one-on-one mentorship, do reach out to us on the number showing now on your screen. God bless you and bye for now, guys.